All right, so for this lesson, we'll sit down and kind of try and navigate ourselves through what sort of concept and style we want to land on. I think this is a really really important step in your process, but I don't think that maybe you should set everything in stone. You can change things as you go along. But I do think this is a great part of the process. You just sit down, look at some stuff that you really enjoy to look at, and like just see what you want to create yourself. I kind of personally have this idea in my head that I want to create something that feels very physical but has a very stylized and clean aesthetic to it. I kind of want to mix something in between of like vinyl like character toys and like stop motion characters that has a very very physical feel to them with the fabric and like the textures of the surfaces and so on. So that's the kind of stuff that I will want to look at to find some form of visual guidance in terms of what I want to create later on. So this is just kind of the first part of the process where we fill our brain with inspiration and influences and stuff that we really enjoy that can then like later on just try and help us fill this like blank canvas that we'll be having. So when I say like looking at inspirations and looking at references, I don't mean like to just look at something and rip it straight off. You can't. I mean, if you're doing something for educational purposes, I do think it's great to look at things at your peers and people that you admire and try and mimic that, because I do think that you can learn a lot from it, but maybe not post it as your work, because people might be a bit offended by that. So when I say look at inspiration and look at references, I just mean it as a way of looking at sources that might give you your own new ideas and so on. But yeah, obviously in this kind of world you're never going to be original because everything has been done already basically, but at least we can help our brain spawn some fun ideas for us. So to help us do this, you kind of need some form of resource in terms of finding images and finding stuff that you want to maybe put into a mood board and that kind of stuff. And to do that, I love using Pinterest. That's basically my website of choice for this kind of stuff. Partly because you have everything on there, but you can also put your images into these kind of boards that then finds resembling imagery that you can then add to your board as well. So you don't have to specifically search for everything. If you fill your board with some stuff, Pinterest will then help you to add some images to that. So I think that's really great. So since I have this specific idea in mind that I want to create this kind of vinyl toy figurine stop motion character-esque thing, I think it makes sense to just go in and type in for the first stuff that I want to fill my board with. So that would probably be some form of like fantasy character design art thingy. But yeah, I'll just kind of come in here, head into the search bar and try and search for something in particular that I want to kind of start building out my board with. So I'll probably type in something like fantasy character design RPG miniature. I just put in a bunch of different search terms just so I have something pretty specific to go on. And I'll just kind of try and scroll through to see something that I like. All this kind of stuff, like the typical fantasy concept art, is not really the type of style that I want to go for. Obviously, I want something that is a bit more simple and like clean. So obviously, this kind of stuff fell into the kind of style that I would like to go for. And if I click on this stuff that I did like, obviously that will kind of suggest a lot of stuff that's in relation to that. So that's really good. I do really like some of these clean ones. I love this like really big oversized sword on this tiny character. I love these like chunky details as well. So if you find something that you really liked, I'll just come up here and just hit this little down arrow here, because this will save to my old Pinterest board, which I don't want. I want to create a new board. So I'll just come down here and create board. I'll call it whatever I want to call it, like stylized 3D character. And I want to make this secret because I want it for myself. and I'll just hit create, and I will create a new board with that. And while I'm at it, I'll actually go ahead and save these ones as well, because I really enjoyed them. So I'll just come down here again and save to stylized 3D character. This one is great as well. Let's not be shy about the things that we add. I'll just go ahead and add the lot. Let me just see if there's anything else that I enjoy here. Yeah, this one's really cool as well. Love this. I'll go and search for something else that I want to cover. Maybe some like stop motion type characters, just so we get some of that visual reference in there as well. So I'll just search for stop motion character design. Great. So obviously we'll get a lot of like Leica characters in here, which is amazing. This one is really cool. Love the like knitting texture that you get from these. Maybe try and find something that is a bit more like fantasy inspired. Yeah. Oh yeah, this one is nice. I love this one. I love like this poncho and the knitting you have going on here. So I'll go ahead and save that to my board. This is actually really nice as well. I love the like fabric detail that you have there. So I'll go ahead and save that too. And with that in place, I think we can go ahead and look into our board and see if there's anything that will pop up automatically. So I'll just go ahead and hop into our stylized 3D character board. And here we have some ideas that are popping up that is just based on the pins that we've already added. So I'll just go ahead and hop in here and see if there's anything in particular that I like. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff, a ton of nice stuff. Yeah, it's amazing. I love this like massive sword. That's definitely something that I want to add in my design. So I'll go ahead and add that. I think I do want some like more tactile textures as a reference in there. These are mainly just like character art. Yeah, I love this as well. I like that. So maybe I'll go back and search for a few more stop motion characters. I'll maybe take away the sign, so it's just stop motion character. Oh yeah, maybe I'll just do this stop motion character. Oh yeah, this is nice. I love this like wool details and textures. So I'll go ahead and add that too. Nice. Let's take a look at what kind of suggestions we're given. Oops. Let's maybe try and refresh this. Yeah, great. Yeah, some really funny characters up in here. But yeah, this kind of shows us what kind of visual style we're trying to go for. Something that is, slightly simple, like not overly detailed, but have a lot of like a very like clean aesthetic with some very vibrant and poppy colors, and that's kind of the mood that I want to go for. So yeah, maybe we want some additional like vinyl toys as a reference, just to kind of see how the light bounces on those surfaces and that kind of stuff, and how those like clean aesthetics work. So yeah, I'll go ahead and search for some vinyl character toys. Oops, this is actually searching in my own pins, so I don't want to do that. I want to search on the entire Pinterest ether. I love like the material and the aesthetic of this kind of stuff. That's definitely something that I want to bring into our materials as well. So I'll go ahead and add this. This is really nice as well. I love this kind of texture. I think that's kind of the texture that we want for the character's skin and like certain other elements in the piece. So I'll go ahead and add this too. There's a lot of good stuff in here. This is kind of like the vibe that I want to get in like the whole overall scene. So we have this very clean and vibrant aesthetic with these punches of details from the fabric and stuff. So yeah, I love this like super smooth lighting that we have in a lot of these references. But we'll go ahead and take a look at how our board is looking like right now. and we can see if we can find some other ideas as well. Oh yeah, I love this. This is really nice. Lovely. Oh yeah, this is super cool as well. This is an old colleague of mine called Luke, who's working at Moth Studio in London. Amazingly talented designer and animator. So I'll actually go ahead and save one of those. And yeah, I think with that, I think we can hop back into our board and see if we have something that kind of represents the visual that we're trying to go for. But I believe we have. I love these like really chunky big swords that we're seeing in a lot of these references. That's something that I kind of want to add. I think I love these super vibrant, clean aesthetics as well. That's something that I want, and I also want these super tactile materials that we have from the stop motion characters. So I think this kind of summarizes what I want in terms of a visual. I would consider this Pinterest board to be in a good stage. We can always come back and edit things if you're unhappy with them or if you want more inspiration. But looking at this, I think we have something that kind of represents the visual that we're trying to create. So yeah, I think we can move ahead into our next lesson. So yeah, I'll see you there.